Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, June 27th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I seek to balance, holding on and letting go. Today we've got some shift happening. We have the moon shifting into Aries to kick the day off. But the other shift that we have happening today is that we actually have Chiron Retrograde, going retrograde today. Chiron will be retrograde all the way until the beginning of December. So we have a lot of time to take some inner work with Chiron. Chiron is the planet of the wounded healer. Chiron is the planet that tells us, healer, heal thyself. And we all have an aspect of the healer within us. Now, I want to mention that Chiron will be retrograding from 25 degrees Pisces to 21 degrees Pisces. So if you have any planets there, or if you have your Chiron there, this is going to be a time of really going in and doing some inner healing work. But what's coming up with this astrological cycle is the energy of cycles and how everything comes around again and again and again. And we're in this cycle, new evolutions of this cycle. And I actually pulled or jumped out the past life card. And Chiron retrograde in Pisces specifically really does bring up past life wounding for us. And the thing with this wounding is not so much that we're carrying the physical wounds, although some of us do have energy reminiscent of the physical wounds because that's how the universe takes us in. But that's not the highest aspect of this energy. What the energy is there for is to help us through this evolution, to help us grow, expand, and recognize through these cycles these patterns that we follow and how we can shift these patterns. So Chiron retrograde is a beautiful time to recognize your wounding patterns and how are you showing up and playing into these patterns. How are you showing up and playing into the darkness or the shadow energy of these patterns and begin to get in and start shifting those patterns. So anything that comes up for you right now, whether it's past life, wounding, pain, emotions, this is all helping you shift these patterns. And you know, one of the things I want to remind you of when it comes to past lives, because sometimes my logical mind's like, I don't believe it. My mind is so logical, and the rest of me is like, but anything could happen. But the thing you can tell yourself when you come to that place of like, I don't believe it. Okay, this is a story, just like a fairy tale. It's here to teach us a lesson. So it doesn't matter if it's true or it's not. We're all connected. We're all connected to the cosmic consciousness. So feed into that energy and work with that energy of like holding on, working with it, and letting go of those old patterns, letting go of the way you did things. I keep coming up with this phrase or this quote by Einstein, but we cannot solve a problem with the same level of consciousness that created it. And so our consciousness, we've been in this pattern of shifting, upping our vibrations, and this is a time to shift our consciousness around our wounding. And I think Nikki and I are going to come out with a video soon talking a little bit about the wounding energy. So I think that would be perfect timing. We were talking about that. Anyways, we'll put that out there hopefully soon. So work with this Chiron retrograde, especially if you have any of those planets. And if you have any planets too, opposite that in Virgo from 25 to 21, or any planets anywhere. Like they're always interacting, but really pay attention to the cycles of your wounding. So, Moon in Aries is interesting during the time of Cancer. Moon in Aries and Sun in Cancer are going to be squaring each other today. That resistance. And it's going to be that resistance between diving in headfirst Aries style and seeking comfort Cancer style. What's interesting along with this is that we do have some strong water nurturing energy. Venus is actually connecting to Neptune today at 11 degrees. So Neptune also retrograde right now and back at 11 degrees, that master degree, is taking us into some of these old patternings, some of this old patterning around our relationships so we can let this go. And the card I pulled actually with the Lovers card in reverse is actually the Innocence card reverse, the Sun card reverse. And so the Sun, the reverse of the Sun is like the moon or the shadow, that which is hidden. So really hold space for recognizing where you may not be integrated separating yourself in a relationship, where you're not showing up as who you are in entirety. It's okay to show yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable. And that 11 degrees is asking you to see, like, where in the world are you being mirrored in this energy? I think bring the cosmic awareness. You know, Neptune can sometimes be foggy energy, but bring that cosmic awareness to the forefront and hold space for your growth in and through that. We've got Mercury square Chiron, newly retrograde. So Mercury energy, there's that mind energy that's like, I don't believe these past lives, I don't believe it. And Chiron's like, you don't have to believe it. Just be with it. Don't worry about the mind game in this. Just be present with it. Moon in Aries is going to connect to Saturn, 11 degrees. I think that's going to be a really helpful energy in kind of shifting the energy from like, I'm not going to go there, I'm not ready to go there, to, okay, fine, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do this. I want to dive in. I am a master. I am mastering these lessons. I am strong enough to face these lessons. And the final aspect of the evening is the moon in Aries square Venus in Cancer, 12 degrees. So we do a little dive in and then we hit the wall. It's like, oh, I have to look at this thing about myself and nurture myself through this. So it's a really interesting day, kind of like push-pull, back and forth. I think that's part of the balance. So allow yourself to be in the balance, you know, allow yourself to do that cosmic cha-cha with yourself as you move in forward and then pull back. I think sometimes that pulling back is just a chance to breathe. You know, sometimes we beat ourselves for pulling back, but we all need that chance to breathe, to resettle as we move forward. So, that being said, the other cards that I didn't show you yet, along with the past lives, I pulled the Thunderbolt and Suppression. So, some stuff, some trauma, some wounds, some pain may be surfacing. This is to unstick yourself. It's to let go of this suppression energy. And most likely, it's tied to past lives. It's tied to ancestors. It's tied to your family patterns. And that's okay. Let this stuff come forward. And sometimes we get really uncomfortable with the energy of not feeling good. And I think this is a reminder. It's a reminder for me today, because I am definitely not in my highest woo bubbly state. It's okay. These are times when you can really dig in and do the work. We're in the last few days of Mars retrograde, and so it really is time to do the work. That being said, we've got a really beautiful card today. Merciful Mother Jamal. O sudden resurrection, O countless blessing, O blazing fire in the jungle of thoughts. Today you arrive with laughter to break open the jail. It says this oracle brings you a message. There's a shift taking place now in a matter of great importance. This is from justice to mercy. This is your path, your destiny, your blessing now opening up before you. It may be a particular matter. It's likely to include your entire life orientation and past lives too. You are being granted refuge, respite, and shelter from the storms of struggle and doubt, and being given a divine sanctuary of safe harbor. You will find that the unraveling of the struggle and pain now happens through tenderness, a gentler approach. This oracle brings you the message of the great power of compassion, and it's reaching for you. It wants to help you, but it's waiting for you to ask. So ask the universe for motherly compassion, and you shall receive. It's also a great time with all this retrograde energy to book a healing reading or to take advantage of my sale. 6 readings for the price of 5, and this is for people who want to work with me on a monthly basis. So check that out on GaiaBlooming.com, where I have the offer up. And have a beautiful beginning of your Chiron retrograde, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.